Does MSG make bourbon taste better? Well, y'all stay tuned. We're going to find out here today on Bourbon with BoiBoi. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Bourbon with BoiBoi. And if you've seen the intro, I know this video may sound crazy. Me, myself, I am questioning why would I do this? And it's all for the game, all for science, all for fun. I really want to see if this is going to make my bourbon taste any different or not. Now, a lot of you guys may be asking, well, why would you add MSG to your bourbon? Now, I'm not just doing straight MSG powder. I made an MSG solution with 2 parts water to 1 part MSG seasoning, right? In the bourbon community, when we have a high proof or cask strength bourbon, if we want to lower that proof to be able to get some of the flavors, we just add some water, some distilled water to that, right? Some things that I've heard as well as water is I've heard saline solutions like eye drops. I've heard salt solution, just salt and water, right? Well, one of my viewers put in my comments, have you ever heard of MSG for that? And I have not. But I looked it up and it is a real thing. So I decided that I wanted to see if MSG would make the flavor taste better, would it make that palate last longer, and would I get a better mouthfeel with the MSG? What I did tonight was I had my wife pour up 3 glasses. One is going to be a control, one is going to be diluted with just water, and the other is going to be diluted with the MSG solution, right? A lot of you guys may be asking, what is MSG? MSG stands for monosodium glutamate. What that is a concentrate of some products that are naturally high in umami. Umami flavorings are going to be things like seaweed, Parmesan cheese, tomatoes, soy sauce, and I'm sure there's some other things that I might be missing, but those are going to be your basis for umami flavors, right? What umami means in Japanese is delicious or savory. In the Black community, with MSG comes in as accent seasoning, right? And MSG, it is odorless, but once you add it to a seasoning, it's like salt times 10. It enhances the flavor of whatever you're adding it to. We're going to see today if umami does anything different to bourbon. Now, these are going to be blind. I have no clue which is which. I will find out at the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with first nosing all 3. After we nose it, we're going to taste it. And we're going to see if there's a difference in any of the glasses. One of them is a control, and the bourbon we're going to be using tonight is the Booker's Glass 1. Glass 1 seems to be the most muted. Doesn't really have much nose on it. Glass 3 was super caramelly on the nose. Glass 2 was similar to Glass 3, but goes back and forth. Yeah, Glass 3 had the most caramel on its nose. Glass 1 was very diluted in sense to where it was almost muted in nose. So we're going to start with Glass 1. Cheers. To me, this tastes like caramel popcorn all day. Caramel popcorn. That caramel that I got on the nose from these glasses is popping out. It has like that popcorn. You can even say like honey roasted peanuts as well. But it has like a caramel popcorn mixed with honey roasted peanuts. Really good. Some bacon spice on the nose. A little cinnamon. Buttery. It's good. It's good. I like it. Yeah, caramel popcorn all day long. This still has that proof. This is still hot. Has that Kentucky hug going down. You, I would assume there's a rye in this mash bill because it has that bacon spice. It has that spice, almost like a white pepper, but it doesn't overpower the caramel flavor whatsoever. Glass two. Cheers. Okay. This doesn't. It's not as hot as this one on the palate. The caramel popcorn that I got off this one is not as much on this one, but it is way more oily, viscous on that mouthfeel, which is I enjoy that. It's thicker. That caramel popcorn flavor is more so on the mid palate and the finish. As I swallow, I get that caramel popcorn aspect to come out. It's still up in proof, but it's not as hot as the first glass. While, however, the legs are more pronounced on this one. So interested to see if that's going to be the water or if that's going to be the MSG. We're going to find out soon, but on to glass three. But first, let's have some water. Try to clear the palate a little bit. All right, my guess, off first sip, this has to be the umami one. The caramel popcorn is there, but it's salty, it's sweet. There's like this. There's some type of depth on the middle of my tongue that's given like I just ate or drank a great broth of some sort. Yeah, that has to be the umami one. That has to be. Yeah, that has to be it. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. It makes me feel as though I'm eating like a broth, a pho of some sort, like super savory. I don't like it. I don't like that. So yeah, this has to be the regular control. This has to be watered down. This has to be the umami. And I'm not a fan of the umami whatsoever. L. Yeah, I'm not even about to. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nah. No. Hell no. Nah. All right, let me go find out which is which, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. And according to the notes that my wife left me in the kitchen, glass one is actually the watered down version. Glass two is my control. And glass three is the umami. Glass three, absolutely terrible, disgusting. I would never do that again. You drink yours how you drink yours, though. But I would never do that again. No, sir. That's nasty. Like I don't want to feel like I'm drinking soup when I'm having a pour of something. Like nah, nah. And I would think that it could, but as you can see, it don't. It don't do that. Don't do that. Um, glass two. Glass two is probably my favorite pour, and crazily that it did not drink as hot as glass one. As you remember, I said that the glass two, it was oily, viscous. And I just think that the water proofing it down took that away, took that experience away. And for those who don't know, the reason that a lot of us enjoy high proof is because it's going to be the most concentrated expression of the barrel, right? So no water is not diluted. If we want to dilute it ourselves, we can. But in this day and age, if we want to see what that juice was like straight from the barrel, this is how we want it, right? It's more concentrated in flavor. Now you have to work on your palate to be able to endure that flavor to get the profile out of it, but it's worth it. As you can start seeing this blind, it was worth it. Glass 2 was more oily, was more viscous, and the flavor still popped. While glass 1, the flavor was there, it was just more diluted. The legs were taken away from it a little bit. That viscosity was taken away. I want the original experience so I can see how viscous it is and things like that, right? So glass 2, to me, won by a mile. Glass 3 should have just been thrown away. I'm going to pour that out, but I might continue to enjoy glass 1 and 2. The next time you have a pour, grab some MSG, mix it 2 parts water to 1 part MSG, shake it up, and pour a few drops in your next beverage. And you come back and tell me what you think. Tell me if that works for you. For me, it's just not my thing, not my cup of tea. And I'll never do it again. I'll probably enjoy mine straight up how it is. And if you watched this far, thank you. I appreciate that. Remember, comment, like, subscribe. Share this with one of your friends. Share this with someone in the bourbon community. Help me grow my channel. We're on a path to 500. If you already subscribed, thank you. I appreciate you. Until next time, cheers.